Hello ladies and gents, I am the Rev, and this is Anima Gate of Memories. When we last left off, we had just gotten into this Folklore area. Let's see what she's up to here.
This place is the Folklore.
The Folklore.
It may not seem like it, but we are on the back of a gargantuan beast, a huge turtle. Its master is the Dark Child of Light, Jonathan Kappel. He is the current fairy king, a powerful entity with the form of a little child. The Folklore is inhabited by elementals and ancient spirits, many of which are quite powerful. They're mostly sealed in statues, masks, and artifacts, which are part of Jonathan's collection.
Okay.
If you have problems advancing because of a sealed area, you should look around the vicinity. There must be some object or creature that sustains the seal nearby.
Alright, anything else?
If you have
Okay. Nope. Alright, so let us enter the next area. And this is where most of the stuff is here. We got jumping puzzles, we got all kinds of stuff. A lot of those light and dark guys, so we're going to see if we can get this one first. You know, and I'm trying to rack my brain, whoa, and think where I've heard that thing about being on the back of a turtle. It might be Norse, I'm not sure. But, whoa, okay. Oh, I hate the bumping puzzles.
Little Jonathan Koppel had spent his whole life in his huge mansion without windows. He never lacked anything. He was surrounded by a legion of servants that took care of him with absolute devotion. All of them wore strange masks and acted in a cold and distant way, but took care of him like he was the only thing that mattered in the world. From them, the boy learned the most exquisite manners, and to act like a gentleman of the highest rank. When the young one asked why he was there, his servants always told him that his parents had to go far away, and it was his obligation to wait for them there until they came back. When he learned to read, Jonathan began spending most of his time in the huge library of his house, reading tales and stories that made his imagination fly. He dreamed of fairies, goblins, and fantasy creatures that existed beyond the walls that confined him. But over the years, as he grew older, the mansion seemed to him to grow ever smaller until his home became a prison for him. Finally, the night that he turned 12, he ran away. Why wouldn't he? After all, he could never have imagined that the mansion existed only to protect him.
Okay, this is actually a good thing. So, we've got some stuff to run around here on the edges to pick up first. And then I think that's the main base of the mountain there. We got a couple of puzzles here and there. All kinds of goodies. It's like a gigantic field with various little things on the sides. And there's a ring that was over here that I wound up picking up by accident. And it's the Barraquil ring. You don't have to fight him every single time. Swordbreaker.
Enemy in the sky, I can launch them twice as high. Take a look, I'm in a book, you're reading Ergo. I can't go anywhere. Bearers to know and ways to grow, you're reading Ergo. I can kill anything. Take a look, I'm in a book.
Lots of guys there.
A
We'll just run
reading
right past them.
Ergo. A reading Ergo. A reading Ergo.
Okay, I already did this area.
So you really do have the ability to move between realms and arcane. They're definitely different from the rest.
You're the entity that we saw before in the central room.
Correct. But it would be better if you don't ask silly questions like who I am or what I'm doing here. I can't answer what I don't know. I can just tell you that I'm an inhabitant of Arcane who, like you, can move around freely. It's a pleasure, milady.
Do you happen to know anything about this place? What's happening here?
I'm not sure. In my own way, I'm as lost as you are. I can only say that this is a place of memories, made of memories. If you look around with care, you may find fragments of the very essence of this place.
What do you mean?
Let me give you an example. The zodiac seals and the columns of this area have some very special features. Activated by a normal being, they become white and pure, but when activated by a dark entity, they darken. If you combine the seal's colors properly, you may obtain a result that can be very useful for you. To know which color each seal must be, you should check the masks that are beside them. If the mask is telling a lie, you must make the seal dark. Whereas, if it's telling the truth, the seal must be white. There's at least one thing I can assure you. The Mask of Leo is telling the truth.
Which doesn't really help us, and you'll see why. First one we're going to do is go right on over to Leo. Alright, here's the Leo mask. At least one of these other masks is telling the truth. So, that means either this guy here is telling the truth, which is Leo is a liar, which we know isn't true because he's the only one. So, there we go. So for this one, it is, this dude is white, white, black, black, and they don't make any sense. Awesome.
Jonathan couldn't believe how fascinating the outside world was. Vast green pastures spread between beautiful mountains. Just a few hours ago, he had left the mansion, and all that he saw only increased his attraction to the wondrous outside world. But his greatest surprise was to discover he wasn't alone. There weren't normal people like he expected, but fantastic creatures swarming everywhere, the same kinds which appeared in the tales he read in his library. Both horrible monsters and wonderful beings observed the little one with fascination, and to his surprise, tried to help him. Soon, a legion of creatures began to follow Jonathan, as if they had never seen someone like him before. From them, Jonathan found out that they were in a place called Folklore, the back of a huge creature of vast proportions. The world was changing, and the fantasy was dying. The last fairy tales had taken refuge there, trying to accumulate enough power to survive. But none of them knew why Jonathan was there. In order to find answers, the creatures advised the child to travel to the heart of the mountain, where the Lord of Fantasy was. Jonathan thought it was a great idea.
that'll end badly. Anyways, in the last video we were over here and we had to pop a thing right here. See? Yeah, it looks like we already got everything. One more quick check. Make sure. Yep. Alright, back to the other area. And you know if you did it right because that dude is now gone. And, oh, that's right, I forgot about this. Yeah. Okay, so we have Swordbreaker and Bahamut Tooth. One does a little bit better on the magic. Oh. Let's see. Nope. And frickin' no. Wow. Okay. It's okay. There are some weapons that I want to get. Let's see. Let's go run around. Just make sure real quick here we've gotten everything. I think there's 2 sets of these stones. Thought there were. Probably wrong. I lied. Happens. Nope, nothing. Alright, so let's see what's over here. That's right. Oh, there was a prison key right here. And it's not going to set it off. Oh, okay. There was, to get into this area, we had to fight a thing in the arcane. This wasp-looking thing, well, you fight this same basic thing here, so...
The heart of the mountain was floating in front of him. That huge rock contained Folklore's core, a place where the real and the unreal were 2 sides of the same coin. It was the center of fantasy itself, and to his surprise, the heart spoke. It told him the tale of a crossbred child, half human and half fairy tale. His mother was the greatest witch of her time, the only mortal that the fantasy loved above any other. But a child born of such a union was something that should not exist. His birth would destroy his mother, and fantasy didn't want to lose the woman he loved. The witch understood what was going to happen, and ran away to ensure that the child she was carrying didn't suffer any damage, even if that meant her own demise. She built a great mansion and filled it with soulless homunculi to serve the boy when she was gone. That place was separated from the world, away from fantasy. If she managed to keep the little one there until he became an adult, his supernatural legacy would be erased, and he could be normal. After all, only kids dream. What a story, Jonathan lied to himself, without realizing that he had started to cry.
Well, that's a bummer.
Those statue heads. What?
They were guardian spirits. If we want to pass through, we need to find those things and destroy them.
They can't be far from here. I can feel them.
Good girl! You really are doing your homework. You may be able to control my powers better than I thought.
Shut up.
The only problem is it doesn't tell you where they are. So we're going to do one quick check just in case they might pop up out here, maybe? I don't know. Nope. Okay, we'll go get over here to this next area. You don't gotta find all those guys if you don't wanna. That, of course, leads us back to the arcane and the laboratory. And this is the thing that we've been... Oh, whoa, wait a minute. What is that sitting out over there? Just a head, just a face, huh? Ooh, that's not cool. See, there's two sets of stones like I thought. Nope. There's... Oh, and there's the other one. Oh, this one's a little nastier.
Both guardians have fallen. The seal is broken.
Ooh. So, in the next episode, we'll head probably in there. There's one other area I want to show you guys. It's a pain in the butt puzzle, and I don't think we even need to worry about doing it. But when we come back next time, that's where we'll start out, and at the very least, I'll show you guys, because it's a jumping puzzle that's timed, laser beamed, and all kinds of garbage. So please, like, favorite, and subscribe. As always, I am the Rev, and the more you guys help sponsor the old channel, the better. So please share on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you think I can get myself some eyeballs. Alrighty? Just keep your heads down, your magic up, and I'll see you again real damn soon.